Welcome back to my
wacky fucking channel.
So today I'm going to be doing a draw my life, and there's a few things that I'm going to leave out because some things are just too personal to share with the whole world. That's just my opinion. Your girl's sick. Your girl's fucking disgusting. My ears clogged from being sick. I woke up at 1 p.m. today because just not feeling anything. Don't feel like doing shit. I decided to do this video anyway because, I don't want to leave y'all hanging. I'm still gonna try to put content out even when I'm not feeling good. Unless I have a really valid excuse, I'm still gonna try to post as many videos as possible. So, yeah. I guess let's just jump right in. Yeah. Right. Okay, let's go. I was born on January 9th, 2000. There was me, my sister, and my dad, and my madre. We had a typical life, but it was, something else, also. That's one adjective for that. And then we moved to Watertown, I guess, from Philly, which is where we all lived, at my mom's dad's house, so that's confusing. Anyway, my dad and my mom didn't work out, and I ended up living with my dad after that. At that point in my life, I was very capable of processing things, and my dad was a raging fucking alcoholic. But we were all mentally fucked up for my mom. I had extreme mental problems and nightmares. I remember practically living at my grandma's house. My dad was always working, practically night and day, and right when I got home from school, I was at my grandma's house waiting for my dad to come back from work. Yes, he tried really hard to take care of us, but my grandma played a colossal part in my life. Anybody who has separated parents understands that you're gonna go back and forth, constantly, all the time. You're gonna go from your dad to your mom's house, and that shit got annoying. And my dad did not want me going to my mom's house. I didn't understand why, but I found out soon enough. I think it's pretty common that any little girl would want to hang out with their mom. So I ended up living with her. That was a mistake. And I had to transfer schools. That was also a mistake. I think everybody hated me. Anyway, I felt like I needed something that would make me a little happier in my life. So I started YouTube. And I love the fact that I thought I was making people laugh. I was making people cringe. But either way, you get some giggles. I started in 2012. I went to the playground at my school one day, and little did I know it was going to change my fucking life. A guy called me fat, and it affected me more than I thought it ever would. I began restricting my food. I wanted to feel better about myself, so I stopped eating altogether, and anything I did eat, I purged. It started getting so bad that it was almost fucking scary. I reached out, and I got hospitalized at Samaritan. It went from an overnight stay at Samaritan to a week-long stay at the psych ward for bulimia and anorexia. I don't know why the fuck I thought it was a good idea, but I wanted to get discharged so bad. So I called my dad, and he ended up getting me at the end of the week. It definitely took some time. After I got out, there was a cycle all over again where I just went from my mom's to my dad's, back to my mom's to my dad's, and as soon as I would get in a fight with my mom, I would go to my dad's, and vice versa. I just started feeling like everything was my fucking fault, like I didn't belong anywhere. I started feeling like my life was completely falling apart, like I was all alone, and I didn't have anyone, and I was still suffering with my eating disorder secretly. A few years later, my mom had a stroke, and by this time I was pretty much completely recovered from my eating disorder. I was at my friend's house, Alyssa, who really helped me get out of my depression, and that's when I was told she had a stroke. My mom was dating somebody at the time that came to pick me up and drop me off at the hospital, and that was the first time I told my mom I loved her. I ended up moving with my dad to a place called DeKalb Junction, and I got enrolled in BOCES for a cosmetology program. I didn't feel like it was for me, so I ended up quitting. I had kind of a hard time quitting because I realized that I wasn't the best at committing to something once I started it. I ended up moving back to my mom's from DeKalb once she got better, but she didn't make me feel very good about myself. She really lowered my self-confidence. So I moved to my grandma's, and then it just ended up being me, my sister, my dad, and my grandma. I started realizing how much anger I bottled up from my mom's house. Just because I moved out of there doesn't mean I was all happy and shit. But I went to school and I pretty much just took it out on everybody there. So that's not good. Don't do that, guys. Don't be me. My grades started suffering like crazy from this. And I started getting in fights with people. After that, I got expelled from school. So that was a great moment in my life. After I realized how bad my mom was actually treating me, I started pushing people away like crazy, except for my resource teacher. She kind of took the place of my mom, and she taught me a lot of lessons. She really helped me not be so hard on myself. As you may know, at the end of senior year we graduate, so I was just getting ready as shit, hyped as fuck for my graduation day. I finally graduated on the 23rd of June. It was really crazy to think that that whole time I was pretty much quitting a majority of things that I would start, but I didn't realize what I was actually getting done the whole time. And the best part was that I graduated with my class, something that I feared the contrary of my whole fucking life. Shortly after I graduated, I started to fall into depression all over again. Another really significant point in my life was 3 years ago when I genuinely fell in love with this guy. As you guys know, I write a lot of heartbreak songs. That's what that's about. And I just really struggle with the shit that he's put me through sometimes. But I guess I'm struggling through what I also put myself through, because I keep letting it happen. I've also been depressed because of the fact that I graduated from school, to be honest. I don't know what I want to do with my life. But then I remembered something really important. I remembered how happy I was when I made YouTube videos before. It made me feel good that I was one of the sources of people's happiness. And after my first video, I remember feeling so much less depressed. So I just sat down and did that shit and started writing music, which made me feel even better. So even though I just started up YouTube again and I don't have a lot of subscribers, I'm still happy with what I'm doing. And it makes me feel even better that I can make all y'all happy with what I'm doing. To those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you think I do, and I hope y'all find what makes you happy like I did.